Yow! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of eXtelevision. I'm your host, eXtine, and we have got some more Portland Burnsider UGC Highlander Steel Division action coming your way. Now, we are up against the team Suicide Squad, and this is actually the second set. So, demos got split. I got my hands on this demo, but unfortunately don't have the demo for the first set. Wanted to move forward with this though, and well, we will have a little bit of post-game discussion. We'll get into some things, but you'll find out what I'm talking about. Let's run down some rosters here real quick though. For the Burnsiders, Orcrist on Pyro, The Calm on Demoman, Keeperton on Medic, Suave Pebble on Sniper, True Monkey on Scout, Klondike on Spy, Camir on Heavy, Stag, who it's his birthday when this match was played, so happy birthday to him, and he's on Soldier, and then the Shocker on Engineer. Over for Suicide Squad, you got Frank Rock on Engineer, Deadshot on Sniper, Captain Boomerang on Spy, King Shark on Heavy, Unknown Soldier on Soldier, Bronze Tiger on Demoman, Lime on Scout, El Diablo on Pyro, and Count Vertigo on Medic. So without further ado, let's get this demo rolling, and then we can maybe talk some stuff during this rollout. Yeah, Burnsiders, we have a monthly LAN, and well, we were hoping that we'd be able to have a lot of our roster in the same room, but it was actually very snowy and wintry in Portland this last week, so unfortunately that did not happen. Hopefully though, we are keeping our fingers crossed that the season can progress well, and we can have our first playoff match played with a lot of players in the same room. So we will see, but you know, until then, just keep rolling with this season and kicking some ass. So, as I mentioned, this is the second set, and Suicide Squad did win the first set. So, they were on offense second in the first set and did cap faster than the Burnsiders. I wasn't able to find or see any stats from this first set, but from all opinions, it was a very close first set for both teams. So, let's see how the second set gets rolling and what the Burnsiders can put up for a defense. Blue just taking their time, coming out here nice and slow, keeping their medic tucked away. Looks like they did pick up Stag. Didn't quite see where that happened, but it's alright. The Calm standing tall on the stairs here, holding that down. Obviously pretty important. Dodges that reflected grenade. That Girardi going over the top also gets reflected. Uber coming in, the Calm hits some pipes on him, and then gets sniped down by Deadshot. The medic, Keeperton here for the Burnsiders, doing a good job staying with the heavy weapons guy. Even though they got kind of disconnected level-wise, was still throwing out good heals. Just like that, things kind of just dissolving for the Burnsiders. They stuffed the offensive push fairly well, but I think there was a pretty good flank there. And, oh no, now we see Captain Boomerang lurking around. He gets a backstab on Keeperton, and everybody forced to back up here. Suave Pebble's perspective. Blue have not captured the point yet, though. Burnsiders holding on strong. Suave's got to watch out, though, for this scout on the side. Does back up a little bit, so it helps him out. Burnsiders, wow, just got body shot, or sorry, headshot while he was invisible, but maybe that shot was heading in a different direction, or just, well, lucky. Suave Pebble gets a snipe on the Demoman, which will help open things up, but he goes down. So the Burnsiders are going to back up a little bit here. We'll have to see what sort of defense Shocker has built up on that second point. Right now the Burnsiders Suicide Squad pushing that cart. Burnsiders just kind of slowly backing away. Klondike here, that's a nice little spot. It's, I think, unintentionally air blasted there. He's on the Cloak and Dagger. He's got to watch out there. He doesn't take another shot to the face. And you can see Shocker, he's got a teleporter engineer, or dispenser up top. That is something that we saw another team do. We kind of liked it, so Shocker's worked it into his routine a bit. His level 2 goes down, unfortunately. Shocker was hustling for metal. And Blue medic kind of getting thrown around up in the air. But Blue is bringing a lot of pressure here and getting a lot of frags. Good stab by Klondike. Stag's in here trying to get this medic here. Does get the medic, but the capture does go down. So that's, you know, still at least picking up the medic is a good result there. But 238 is pretty swift on the offense here. So Suicide Squad definitely off to a good start here with getting these capture times set. Cam up on the corner, but doesn't have Keeperton with him. Kind of stops spinning up as soon as the soldier's actually about to come out, so not able to protect Suave Pebble, who just goes down immediately. Keeperton is out here, but not a whole lot of defense here on this corner, which obviously is very important to hold. It's a big proponent of moving forward into last. King Shark goes down in the heavy toe-to-toe battle, but Blue has gotten a lot of forward progress. They're just pushing away right now. Okay, no, they do have the engineer and the scout on the cart. And Deadshot just throwing down a lot of hate towards the Burnsiders. Been getting a lot of kills this round. Let's see if I pull up the scoreboard. Indeed, Deadshot is at the top of his team, 4 points. Shockter's gun goes down, just going to make things difficult going into this last point. But of course, that is what Upwards is all about. You know, the initial part certainly has its challenges, but teams are capable of holding down this last point for quite a while. The Uber is in here. Looks like Cam's going to be in trouble. Picks up that health pack. Is trying to jump around, but does end up getting, I think he was dying anyways, but while the Pyro is trying to air blast him out. Shocker has a level 1 gun up there, and Blue has gotten some good results here, but not that many players left. King Shark has been playing a lot of kind of roamer style heavy, going for those ninja caps. Comes around the side. You do have True Monkey closing in though, getting the scattergun shots to take him down. But Blue is still moving forward, a little wrangled mini sentry right by the cart, certainly going to be obnoxious. Blue Spy does go down. Swamp Pebble getting a snipe on that engineer. It'll help deal with that gun a little bit. Swamp Pebble also getting another kill on the Demo Man, which is nice. Unknown Soldier jumping up and trying to long range spam that sentry gun, but True Monkey coming out here trying to deal him a blow. But King Shark's now going to move in, take over for the heavy weapons guy, or sorry, for the soldier. Takes that health pack, really only needed 25 health though. And Blue starting to get out here a little bit more. Looks like they're positioning themselves for a push through upper, which is obviously a great location. The sentry gun does the great work there though, separating the medic out. He is able to reconnect with the heavy weapons guy though, which definitely puts him in a good spot. King Shark just trying to spam that gun down to 1 health, still surviving and still in on the point. The car is being pushed pretty swiftly though by the scout. He has to ditch it actually though to get that health pack. Looks like he's going to maybe just double back. Deadshot gets another snipe. He's from sniping from that window. And now Burnsiders in a little bit of a trouble here. True Monkey in a great position though to get King Shark down from behind. And more players pushing in here on the cart. Cam trying to come out here to help protect. The scout is out here as well to help delay it. Spy gets a swipe to kill El Diablo. Frank Rock down. Soldier coming in. Oh no, he slips and falls to a clumsy, painful death. The Spy's going to get on the point, is trying to push. Stag comes in, jumping to stop it. And Suave on the point as well. Now it's a scout and the heavy weapons guy. We're going to watch this up close. Look how close it gets. But no, does not get over the edge. Demo Man on the cart now. He's pushing with his Pyro and his medic. Pyro on the point now with the medic. The soldier goes down. Medic is here, tries to get in and taken out. And wow, only a few players left. The Spy comes out here. He's not even going to try to push the cart now, even though it's very close. He's like, yeah, I might need to wait to get something happening here. The scout Lime gets on the point again, but he gets taken out. And Blue still rallying, trying to get players in here. Burnsiders, they still have that level 3 sentry gun up, as you can see. That level 1 mini definitely being obnoxious, has got a good side angle, and particularly with that wrangle, gives that engineer a little bit more room to just kind of shoot that gun down the rails. Scout for Blue team, you can see across the way, is considering coming in. Blue getting players in position. The scout comes in, gets on the cart, but gets taken out. Soldier still looking across with that direct hit. He's going to try to use that to spam down that sentry gun. Did get a kill on the Spy, Klondike. And that mini sentry gun, again, still just being very obnoxious. Engineers got it in a pretty great space there where it's protected. You just check the angles there. You can see it. Got to get pretty far out there to be able to shoot it as a defending Burnsider here. Now the soldier is trying to shoot the sentry gun with the direct hit, and blue is pushing in again. We got the scout on the cart, the pyro, the engineer as well. But here comes the comm with huge damage. Stag gets on the cart as well, and then it just captures itself. So yeah. That's definitely kind of part of what I was talking about a controversy. We only have a minute here, so I probably will end up talking about this more at the end of the match, and examining that slow motion from both angles, kind of talking about things, as well as the UGC admin's decision after the fact. Now, I'll obviously get into more of that later, but I do believe this is a pretty demonstratable lesson. And I am a big proponent of fairness in competitions, and I used to be a coach of rowing, and in rowing it's a very old school sport, and there's a lot of rules about establishing fairness and making sure that things are fair. And so that's a really important concept to me, and I will go over later why over UGC decision and stuff. But nonetheless, Burnsiders probably definitely a little rattled by that, and the fact that they felt like they had a really good defense there, and unfortunately it ended prematurely. But you got to get your head on straight. You got to come out of the gates focused and ready to go. 8 minutes on the clock is not unbeatable, and if you have any sort of whether it's something like that or just other shenanigans in TF2, you got to keep your head on straight, and you can't let something like that take you out of the game and not let you play what you want to play. So that said, let's see what the Burnsiders do here on offense. Red has popped their Uber. But Burnsiders have not. Keeperton backing up, keeping his Uber tucked away. They have taken some good damage here. Keeperton thinks about coming out to snag the comm. Now does use that Uber. The comm wasn't quite in immediate danger, so maybe a little bit of just medic reflexes there. The comm trying to get the heavy there. Unfortunately does not, though. And Shakhtar's been pushing this cart forward a good amount. Which you definitely just gotta throw those players on the point and sacrifice sometimes. Stag goes down, working the flank, and the sentry gun is still up. So definitely Suicide Squad off to a good start here on this defensive hold. See what Suave Pebble can get going on here. If you can get some key snipes to kind of open things up. Doesn't get the scout here, who does end up going down to True Monkey. But does take out Suave, which obviously defensively, if the offense doesn't have their sniper, you're going to be in a pretty good spot. True Monkey just tries to get on the cart to try to pressure some things out. Maybe a little bit ill-advised. Maybe try to just work that flank and create some more pressure instead of trying to dive the cart. Sometimes, obviously, a pretty good strategy, but if they're totally stacked around the cart, you're just not going to get anywhere. And True Monkey now just coming back into the fight, into the scene. Stag up top, and now True Monkey trying to dive the cart again, but this time he's got a little bit more support as Cam is here with him. We got Uber on Uber, but looks like the Burnsiders finally going to be able to clear everything out. This soldier and medic still around. They're chasing the medic. Do get the medic, Count Vertigo. He goes down. The cart is captured, and the Burnsider's going to move forward. Cam takes a big pipe and down to 100 health, and tries to double back, but looks like Keeperton did go down. I think that soldier was ignored for a little too long, and unfortunately they were able to get in there and kill the Burnsiders medic. Definitely a huge loss, as those kills really make a big difference. But the Burnsiders have really kind of made a lot of progress on this second capture point. Suave sees that it's just a level 1 sentry gun, but they got ×4 pushing the cart. And looks like indeed we have a pause here as well. So we'll bump things forward here just a second and rejoin this game once this pause wraps up. All right, here we go. Back in action here. Burnsiders still pushing towards the second point here. Let's take a look around and see what sort of defense we got going on here. The Calm gets backstabbed, unfortunately. And now Keepton's got to watch out as well. Cam does turn around in time to get the frag there. Cam in a great position. Also, we did get the cart captured there. So True Monkey doing a great job getting the cap and finishing things out. Cam, oh no, gets a little separated. He might have come in with a health advantage versus King Shark. But definitely facing the wrong direction is not going to help things out there. Suave Pebble gets a snipe on the heavy to put him down. Keepton's got to stay tucked away to avoid a dead shot, who certainly has proven to be a dead shot this game. Burnsiders getting players on the point. Need to make sure that they're pushing that cart as swiftly as possible. And Red definitely going to be trying to get set up here on the corner. You see the level 1 going down with the dispenser around. We'll have to see what Bronze Tiger and company can get going on here. Both Ubers out. Burnsiders Uber came a little bit later. Bronze Tiger definitely able to pipe down Orcris, though, before he gets taken out by Camera. And just +1 on the cart for now. Yeah, there we go. Keeperton was pushing it up the ramp. Those ramps are super important. You can't, get it halfway up those ramps and then just be like, that's good. We'll let somebody else push it. Let's just slide back down, And Unknown Soldier jumping in does get those spam rockets on Keeperton. That's unfortunate to lose him, but I mean, if the Burnsiders, and unfortunately they can't. So if the Burnsiders can keep the cart pushing, though, as long as they still have that momentum, it wouldn't be too big of a loss to miss out on the medic there. There's still a lot of track to go down before you get into that capture scenario. So Deadshot takes out Shocker. Suave Pebble playing this really slow, just trying to get this cart up the first ramp before he starts sniping. And again, now just trying to use it as coverage. He's got True Monkey with him as well. And Pipe's being spammed in, but Cam now starting to control that corner. And that definitely should keep that cart going all the way. So Burnsiders now 2 minutes and 45 seconds is their time to beat, pushing into last. It's certainly an opportunity to do it, as Red will have to actually, let me check real quick to see if the engineer has walked his gear back. He has not, and he is down. So there's no gun whatsoever, but this corner hold staying strong for Red Team, while Burnsiders are locked in the stairs here. Cam trying to chase this heavy weapons guy. And yeah, thankfully nobody else comes in through this corner to try to contest. The engineer, Frank Rock, setting up his gun right on this corner, which is very aggressive considering how far the cart is in that point and is already captured. Definitely, a lot of engineers at this point would be preferring to just set up at last and get a structure there. He goes for it now, but you can see he's not going to have a dispenser or not going to be very well established whatsoever. Bronze Tiger coming out here takes a bit of damage, doesn't surf back into the hole, which is very good. Burnsiders a little bit scattered and taking a good amount of damage. Keepton's got 50% uber charge, and in a situation like this, you got to get that cart as close to the door as you can without sacrificing too much, and then get ready to go and push in here. Klondike gets the stab on the sniper. Now just trying to do that cloak and dagger and find somewhere to hide out. But is going to get found by the pyro and taken out. Cam lets his gun up for a second, and well, I don't know if King Shark really had the health that he would have been able to survive that, but he doesn't quite need to. The Calm's in here. They are pushing the cart with a minute left on the clock, but the Calm's going to go down here. With a minute left, I don't think that's quite enough time for Keeperton to build another Uber charge, but that definitely will be enough time for the Burnsiders to kind of form up here and get at least one more solid push in towards that last point. Now, Cam trying to work this corner as we have some of the other players pushing forward pretty heavily. Stag trying to work his angles. There is no gun up, so the True Monkey and Stag on the point, but Stag gets taken out. And True Monkey kind of flirting around. He goes backwards a little bit. 30 seconds left. The Burnsiders need a coordinated push on this as they're extremely close on the capture. But, they we're down a little bit of numbers. Have some numbers coming in from spawn. And now an Uber charge being used to push forward and out. And as you can see, we have this advanced spectator plug-in. And we do have an engineer coming in on the cart. Oh, and some players coming around from other spots. But Shocker doesn't see the guy. Orcris jumps down a little bit late. Maybe if he had been there, and oh my god, look how close that is! Look how close that is, and we get blocked, and it doesn't win. Alright, well, now to talk about this a little bit. I hadn't even seen that offensive push, and I didn't even know how close the Burnsiders actually were to winning there. Winning that set. Now, we were at the LAN. I was watching the eXtv UGC cast. I hopped into the Burnsiders mumble. I couldn't see the stats and stuff, and then, you know, and I could tell something kind of was wrong. And the guys broke it down to me and told me what happened. And they said, you know, we were defending the cart, and we killed everybody on the cart, and then it captured. And it didn't go over the ramp. It captured when it was at the bottom of the ramp. And, you know, they said the scout captured. The kill streak thing said that the scout captured. But the demo man definitely, our demo man definitely killed the scout. And there was 3-4 players on the cart that all died at the same time. And then the cart rolled backwards. And then seconds after that, it exploded. Now, some people have asked, because there was some discussion on Reddit about this. Once one of our guys posted the video of that ghost capture. And, you know, there was some discussion. Some people said, well, maybe, you know, it got up there and it triggered the event. And then, you know, the cart kind of tricked out a little bit. And actually, while it rolled backwards, it was actually, you know, should have been rolling over the edge. And then the explosion occurred at the time that it did. You know, one thing, though, that I would like to point out about that is, while it does look like that cart and, you know, the instance of the ghost capture was extremely close, you know, the attempt that they had before that was actually further along. It actually made it even closer to going over the edge. So, you know, and then actually, too, you know, if you look up, you know, a capture from an upwards match, like, for example, the other cast that we did on Monday, the cart actually, like, totally clears the ramp before it goes over. It's not like it gets halfway through it, halfway up the car or up the ramp, and then the top just goes over and it goes. The cart actually has to, like, clear the ramp entirely. It goes quite a ways. So kind of all that said, I guess one other really key tidbit that stands out for the Burnsiders and our feeling that this was a illegitimate cap, and the fact that it glitched and stopped our defense. The cap doesn't show up in the kill feed. That's something that you know, normally when the point is captured, when the cart goes over the edge, it shows up in the kill feed. It will say blah blah blah, capture the point. And in this case, that doesn't happen. It didn't happen. And what's also weird is that, you know, the kill feed says that the scout Lime captured it, but there were multiple players on the point that died at the same time. I think I said that before, so sounding like a broken record there. But that's, you know, the main case of why we think that this was an illegitimate cap. Now, it's not anything against the Suicide Squad. I mean, this is something that was totally out of their control. And I think, you know, any issues or weird things that the Burnsiders said or that they said were just out of miscommunication, you know. They said that the scout capped, but I think really what they meant was, well, the scoreboard showed that our scout capped. You know, they weren't saying, well, our scout was standing there and pushed the cart all the way over the edge, because that's not what the Burnsiders saw, and that's not what happened. Now, as soon as I found out about this from the Burnsiders, I said, you know what? You got to contest this immediately. One of the other reasons why it was really upsetting to us, or just, you know, immediately was like, what happened there, was that none of our POV demos were working. And also, the Suicide Squad, we played on their server, and they use NFO, I believe, as a server provider, and they weren't able to immediately give us the STV demos. Obviously, you know, I casted from this STV demo, so that they did get the demo to us eventually. But initially, you know, we didn't have the demo. We couldn't play any of our own demos. All of our POV demos were bugged and wouldn't load. And it's just one of those things, you know, it's like, you know, we felt like something happened that didn't happen correctly. And in a circumstance like that, and we had no historical record of our own that we could compare to. And in a situation like that, in a situation of any gaming sporting event, if there's a dispute, you should file it as soon as possible. So I told the Burnsiders, I said, talk to the Suicide Squad guys, let them know what's happening, but file that dispute. Now, apparently, the UGC admins have ruled against us and have decided to count the results of the match as they quote unquote happened and give it as a 2-0 to the Suicide Squads. Now, I think that this is very unfair and isn't a fair decision. I've laid out the reasons why I think that this is an illegitimate cap. Some people in like the Reddit comments say like, well, you can't restart a game every time that you have like a fail stab, or a face stab. You can't say, well, there's a little glitch there. There's some weirdness. We got to restart the round. But I mean, this is a glitch that is absolutely integral to the scoring and how a winner is determined here. This is a stopwatch format. The time is set by how long it takes the offense to capture, and then the other team has a chance to beat that time. Now, basically, even if they had pushed again and pushed without Uber and captured the point, we're talking about 30 seconds. If they had laid back and they had built another Uber charge and then they had pushed in and captured, that's another minute. But honestly, there's absolutely no way of telling, this is a hypothetical, but there's no way of telling for sure what might have happened. I mean, one, defensively, what the Burnsiders might have done. I've seen points on upwards where a team gets it extremely close to capture, and then they just get stuffed from there on out. And the cart rolls back a significant portion, and it takes them several minutes to get back to that point. So there's no telling how much longer that stopwatch time might have been. And, one of the guys kind of tried to say something about mentality from the other team from Suicide Squad. And, I don't think that, making a case that the Burnsiders were distracted in the second half of this set is really kind of a valid attempt by us, or something that we should make to the admins. I think that in a lot of cases, in terms of fairness, that is a big issue. That if a player feels slighted, then it's hard for them to focus on what's going on. But I mean, I also think that that's just something that a lot of players have to deal with. If we had lost that set in an embarrassing fashion, you just got to get your head on straight and you got to put your offense together, which is what I mentioned. But I am just really disappointed that, the Burnsiders didn't get an opportunity to replay this second set. As you know, I strongly feel that capture didn't happen, and that, you could see how close it was offensively for us. And, if we had had 10 more seconds, it looks like we would have won that set. And, 30 seconds, a minute, anything else. And I just think that it's a bad decision by the UGC admins, and I think that the Burnsiders were wrong by it, but it is what it is, and the Burnsiders are going to move forward. Apparently the video, at least the video was sent into Valve, and there is the potential that the UGC admins could change their decision down the line and, have the teams replay the second set, and hopefully, the Burnsiders could take it to a third set. But, that's what I feel their first decision should have been. I don't really see how, if the cart doesn't say in the kill feed that it was captured, and if the cart doesn't roll over the edge, that it could be considered a legitimate end to the round. But I guess our opinions differ, and that's the way the world works sometimes. I know that the UGC admins don't have an easy job, and, well, I'm sorry to have to criticize them, but it is what it is. So thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Would love to hear everybody's opinions about this, the capture, disputing, and just how things go with fairness and all of that. But I hope you enjoyed watching and had a good time. Thanks, everybody. I am eXtine, and I will see you next time. Peace out.